Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to Harry's Highlights. On this video, we're going to talk about the book The Universe is Calling You by Char Margolis. Now this is about understanding how, on the spiritual side of things, how to connect with the essence of life that is the fundamental energy that flows through the universe and binds us all together. It's about understanding that connection on a spiritual level, the vibrations that we experience, the vibrations that everything and anyone and basically all things in the world, in the universe, are vibrating at, and the connection that they feel. It's about, some of the philosophies is about finding spiritual reassurance, about understanding that there's so many tangible materialistic things that we touch and feel and we can have control over. But for many of us, it's that underlying energy, that spiritual essence that we all feel but aren't always necessarily aware of. And it's about finding recognizing the vibrations that has, tapping into it and utilizing it to experience and seek more peace and happiness in our lives. It's about how we're all bound by those vibrations and feelings and what they call the essence of life. And that it's this loving energy that connects the universe and all living things in an intimate and powerful way. And it's about embodying that belief that like there's so much control we have on the surface, but it's the internal vibrations, the internal connections that we have that many of us are ignoring. And that how important it is to that, they say, parts of it is that like healthy body, healthy mind, But a lot of time we're negating or neglecting the spiritual side of things. That you might have a healthy body, physically, you might have a great mindset, mentally, but then spiritually, how you sort of more than just view yourself, but feel about yourself in a fundamental way, your core being, your soul, if you will. And the energy and experiences that your soul has and feels that sometimes we're misinterpreting, sometimes we're negating, sometimes we're just not utilizing to its fullest potential. The universe is calling us about understanding how so many things, like laws, for example, have such an effect on us. The law of basically The Secret, understanding the law of attraction, how that there is based purely on that essence of life. That many times I've spoken about and explained how when you want something, when you desire something, and you truly want it, the universe will move out of the way or will conspire with you to make it happen. That there is not something that you physically do. It's not something you tangibly can touch or have or control or influence physically. It happens on a spiritual level. And if you see things on these levels, that there's the physical, mental, and then spiritual. Spiritual is the deepest, almost most difficult layer or level that we can reach and get to, but has such a profound influence on everything that we do. You know how some people can walk the walk, talk the talk, but there's just something about them. You just get a funny vibe. You just get some sort of innate internal feeling that just says something about you is off-putting. That's spiritual. That's something to do with on a deeper level that you're not quite aware of. Something is mismatched. Something just doesn't quite fit. When they say that, a person can be so intimately attracted to someone as that it's that they feel even on a spiritual level, they just vibe differently. They're just so interconnected. It's not something that you can physically describe. It's not something you can even mentally describe because it's not necessarily a thought. It's a feeling that you have, and they describe it always somewhere in the body. They describe it like it's not a thought they're having. It's a feeling that they feel inside, to do with your soul, to do with that essence that runs through or flows through the entire universe. That energy that people experience and feel is what this is talking about. It's about connecting with that to for you to be able to maximize your potential, reach the most and get the most you can out of you, optimizing you to be the most effective you can be. It's about understanding just how powerful that is. It's like most people will utilize their physical and mental layers, but to utilize that spiritual layer is a difference, or the explanation of where people, for example, will like meditate for months on end. Excuse me, months on end, but won't eat, won't drink, won't sleep. It's this connection on this spiritual level and spiritual energy that they feel, this essence of the universe that keeps them nourished and alive. And it's so difficult to explain because you can't explain it with any sort of physical layers, you can't explain it with any sort of mental layers. It's something so deep that a lot of people don't reach it. It's like how a lot of people, will never go to the deepest, darkest levels of the sea. They just won't go there. But the people that do explain and talk about it's a whole nother world, a whole nother experience. The whole environment is nothing like we can ever explain on Earth, on the higher levels. All of us experience, the outer level, the top layer. Some of us go in the water, we see middle, sort of lower levels, the medium sort of levels. Some of us might snorkel and see a little bit more, scuba dive and see a little bit further again. But the deep, dark levels, the deepest trenches of the world, places that very few people have experienced, they're the levels that so many people don't understand yet and can't truly explain. That is what that spiritual level is talking about. It's talking about things that are there but haven't been described because they are so unique. They're not like other things that we experience or see or feel. They're on a whole nother level. And understanding the universe is calling you is about connecting with that essence, about understanding how there is so much potential energy down there that you can utilize, that is yours, that is just untapped. But it is available. And it's about understanding ways to reach that level, connect with that level, utilize that level, that energy there, and that huge reservoir of potential and energy that's available to you in a mass abundance, but is unused because it's not known how to use yet. And that's what this is trying to introduce and help people understand. It's about taking them to when they thought that they'd hit their peak, their maximum, they'd squeezed it for everything they were worth, they'd optimized it to their fullest capacity. That then you talk about this another level, even lower again, this deep inside your spiritual energy that then blows the top off that ceiling, that completely pushes that boundary so far further ahead that you can't even see it anymore, and you realize what true potential is. When you think that you've reached the top, but then you realize that you are nowhere near it. That's what this is talking about. Tapping into a potential energy, a potential resource that can open up your mind to its wildest imaginations and help you achieve those wildest imaginations. It's about giving you that power, that control, that opportunity. So to summarize quickly, it was about understanding here that the universe is calling it is a guide to connecting with that essence, that energy that is a fundamental energy that connects and binds us all together, all living things. It was about how to connect and understand that fundamental energy, about finding that spiritual reassurance that so many people desire, but might not be aware that that's what they're desiring, that they don't quite understand because it hasn't been explained to them, it hasn't been taught to them, and they haven't quite figured it out yet. It's about helping you to seek and find peace and happiness, true peace and happiness, on a completely new level. It's about tapping into that loving energy that connects the universe's living things in an intimate and powerful way. It's a way to be able to draw strength and wisdom in ways never seen before. About understanding this untapped resource that is available to everybody, but has been underused, or at the very worst, people are unaware of, and opening them up to this opportunity and the potential that it has available to them. Now, when you can understand what the universe is calling you really means, you'll then be able to reach and understand just how far your potential truly goes. Now we're making a lot more of these videos for this training series to help you with your personal development goals. That's all for now though. So until next time, leave a comment below on what you like the most. I look forward to sharing more with you in the next episode of Harry's Highlights.